Good.
Greetings, one and all. Thanks for joining tonight. We're coming at you live from Colorado Springs, Colorado, USA. We're in the heart of Colorado Springs. We're happy we got into the rink okay. It's a little danger zone down here. I wouldn't want to live in this neighborhood. But hey, we're inside, we're safe. I don't see any weapons yet. And we're going to be underway here soon, but want to thank you for joining us. Tonight's contest is against the Cheyenne Mountain Squad from Cheyenne Mountain High School. It is a storied program down there at Cheyenne Mountain, and we get the pleasure of meeting them head-to-head on the ice tonight at Sertich Ice Arena. We're going to tell you all about Sertich tonight. We're going to tell you about our team. We got some new features coming at you tonight, but our boys are out there warming up and getting ready. We got 2 minutes left of the warm-up, and we are going to be getting going here. We got 4 zebras. They showed up on time. They let them out of the zoo, and they're out there getting ready. And this is an away game for us, so we're going to be sitting in the away box, which is, if you're looking from the screen, that is to your left. Yep, to your left. Across the ice to the left. That's going to be our bench. And my location is directly behind the bench. You could probably see me. I'm waving my arms. I don't know if you're going to be able to see me, but hey, let's see. Can they see me? No, they can't. But anyway, look for me. I'm easy to spot. I'm the middle-aged fat guy that's over here on the bench. But do appreciate you coming to join us tonight from wherever you are. Just 7 users. All right. That's a good viewership. Oh, yeah. And my mom said I wasn't going to be famous. Okay. Our boys are circling around, doing the final shootout, and looks like we got a full squad. I didn't get a roster before the game, so I'm just going to wing it tonight. But I do see some familiar faces, and I got a roster in hand here for the numbers that I need to remember live. And the one that I was picking out that I didn't know, but I'm going to call them out now, is 39. Sharon, Carter Sharon is joining us. He could not join us before now because he was on the football squad, and the football squad for PR, Palmer Ridge, which plays into Lewis Palmer, they went to the state championship. They were playing in the state championship last week, so he was fully dedicated and focused on football until that was done. Here comes the horn for the warm-up. And yeah, just talking about Sharon a little bit more, and the PR football squad, they had a hell of a season. They went undefeated all the way until the state final. They lost last week up north and near Boulder, I believe, where they played. And, well, it's too bad. But that's 2 years in a row that they've gone to the state championship, and we're really proud of that football squad. They've got a hell of a team every year. Okay, our boys are boxed up over there. LP cheer is done, and we're going to get a national anthem. See if we're going to get it sung live. I hope so. That'd be nice. I'm going to pause for a moment and so we can take on the national anthem. We are going to get the starting lineup, I think, first. I'll call out the starting lineup because our boys are lined up. I do not, and I never get the roster for the other team. Well, I take that back. I had one roster given to me a few games ago, but not tonight, which is par for the course. Okay, we got Sebastian Sass, we've got Bradley, we're going to have Britton, we're going to have Black and Saber. And in the goal, Vaughn. Vaughn, by the way, we're going to talk about that guy. He has been blowing it up this season. Shout out, huge shout out to Vaughn. Here he comes out of the box right now. He has been amazing. This is the second year in a row he's played in the goal there, and he's just having an amazing season. Really proud of that kid. Proud of all the kids, but he's really shown up. Here's the starting lineup for the other squad. That kid's got some nice flow. And another kid with some nice flow. Nice long hair. Wait till they get to middle age. All that hair. You better enjoy it now. A lot of us lose our hair. Okay, national anthem time. I'm going to be quiet. Let's take this on. There it is. Time to play ball. In this case, play hockey. I like the way we start the game here in high school level. They always do the national anthem, and that is such a great thing. I love that. All right, U8 viewers, thanks for joining. Right on. We got one more in the last 2 minutes.
We're gonna get 2 more.
We're gunning for that 10. We're gonna break the 10 marks.
Double digits.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you. I want to tell you, after the game last week, I got some feedback from my wife and my aunt who were watching from home that I needed to talk slower. I can't do it during the game because the game is fast, and I got to do the play-by-play, and I want to call it right. But yeah, I'm going to try to slow down a little bit in between play, and that is for you and your listening pleasure at home. That was the feedback that I got. I didn't drink 5 Red Bulls. I only drank 2 before the game tonight. So there's that. Okay, puck drops underway. Sass is giving chase. Sabres over there to harass, and it drops back to our defensive end, pushes it up through the neutral zone, right back to the defender Black, and he's going to shove it up the boards and right back to him. A little give and go here, back and forth. They're just warming up. Off the boards goes to Sabre, chips it ahead to Sass. He's going to go on a solo effort. Sabre's got it. He's going to get a shot through, almost pokes it through, pokes it down into the crease. Couldn't find a pass there, so it's going the other way at speed. That kid's fast. He gets shoveled right off of the puck. That's a good defensive play right there. Whenever the man is coming down in a solo effort, you can do that. Just take him out. Up into the net it goes. The netting here, by the way, if you're looking at the arena, the netting is going to be a factor tonight. We're going to see a lot of pucks go into that netting. But there is no way, none, zero, no way that a puck can fly up and hit us. So I don't know, Helen, you feeling safe? I think I'm feeling safe. Now, the gun and knife play in the stands because of the neighborhood we're in, I don't know. But no pucks are going to come up and hit us. Yeah, I hope our car's safe. Anyway, we're back underway. Cheyenne Mountain's going to poke that right down to the corner. Kid blew a tire at the blue line. I guess the blue line just reached up and grabbed him. Here comes Sharon. Sharon, way to go, Sharon, off of the football squad. He rounds the corner, he's going to get a shot off, and he shoves it right into the left pad of the keeper. But great movement there by Sharon, who worked it down on a solo effort. He rounded that corner with speed, and that is exactly the kind of effort we need. Okay, trip there, no call. Zebra didn't raise his hand, so we're still underway. That's going to work over to, still learning the numbers here, Bantow. He's shoveling it around, trying to get it back from that 15. He's going to work it over to the blue line. Cheyenne Mountain goes. Now they got a 2-on-1 effort. Shot! And no rebound. Another rebound. That gets shoveled into some legs and kicked out. Back the other way, we got a 2-on-3 effort. There goes Sharon. He has got some speed around that edge. Got to give it to that kid. He's working it down that left-hand side really nicely. Shot goes into traffic and bounces out over to the corner, back up to the blue line and out of the zone. That was a good shift. Got to give it to Sharon. He's coming off the line there, and he's gonna tag up. Hellett comes out to relieve him, and that's gonna go up the boards near side, past a couple of Zebras, and here comes Rowe, who's gonna get a breather. Looking for a centering pass. It's gonna work back. Helen to, oh goodness, Britton. Got to learn these numbers. All right. Gallagher's going to shove it back to Black. It goes, working it around the boards there. That's the great thing about hockey. When you send it around the boards, it's the nice curvature of the corners. It doesn't get hung up over there. Isn't that nice? It just kind of scoots right around. Goes to the other side. Our boys know that at this level. So, here we are. We're going to tell you a little bit about the ice rink here tonight, where we're at. We're going to talk about Cheyenne Mountain, what it's about. We're also going to talk about our boys. We got some flavor coming at you. A couple of players run into each other. That was Britton, who got, oh, nice centering pass. Couldn't connect, but here comes the other play the other way. Shovels it across the 19. He's going to go down the right. He tries for the short side shot. Vaughn had that all day, and he shut it down. Yeah, well, back to what I was saying. We are at Sertich. Looks like we got some good view here. Checking the camera. Got a thumbs up from Helen here, and hopefully you can see. It's kind of up at stands there. We try to keep everybody away. We put up some razor wire so people wouldn't get near the camera over there. But anyway, Bradley's going to work that across. That's going to go full length. The hand is up for an icing. Last time I was here, last year, they have what's called sled hockey. If you don't know anything about sled hockey, it's for the folks that are handicapped. They can play too, believe it or not. And they come out here, and they've each got a sled, and they sit in it, and they shovel around. And I got to watch some of their action, and it was really quite fun to watch them play the game. They get out there, and they've got sleds, and I was here, and I got to watch them as they're out there on the ice, and then I got to help them. They need a lot of help when they come off the ice. They got to get out of their sled, you got to carry it off, and it was really fun to watch these people do the game of hockey. And it's I don't know, hockey's for everybody, and it's amazing that the sport has evolved to that, where folks even in wheelchairs can play this game and get down. And so if you're wondering how that game works, I'd encourage you to go out online and look at it, because it's a really cool thing. And I saw that here, and that's the only place I've ever seen it, right here at Sertich. So that was cool. Shot skips right over the stick of the Cheyenne Mountain player. They're kicking it around, and Bradley's got it. He's looking for a cross ice pass. It's going to go to Lent, and Lent's going to work it out of the zone. We're going to get a line change. Back to play-by-play. I was giving you a little flavor and color. There's another defensive play. Our boys are taught when the ball. So what am I talking about? When the puck comes down, you can take out that player. That's a good defensive play, and you're going to see that a lot. Shot goes right behind the keeper. No threat to the other side. There goes Lent. That's getting. That was Gallagher that was getting shoved into the boards. No, excuse me, Helen. Helen does 46. 32 is time. He's got it. He's going to work it back over to Black. Works it over to. That skipped off of Helen's stick. So no icing call. Long ways, goes out of the zone, so we got to clear. Hand is up. Now they're cleared. They can go back in. Offsides, that crazy thing. You don't see it a whole lot here at the lower levels. They will stop the play. If there's any remote chance or inclusion of offsides, they stop the play. But not at this level. They let it keep going. And they do that up to college and pro as well. By the way, I'm getting blown away by this fan that's right in front of me, and it is freezing cold. I think I'm going to have to get treated for hypothermia. Anyway, okay, stoppage of play here. Helen's dad is in the stands here, by the way, and he's motioning to get over from the away from the fan. I could go right 5 feet or left, and there's no air there. Okay, well, I'm going to task you then to grab all that crap right down there. Can you get all that stuff? Yeah. Okay, folks, I've been saved by the fan. Thanks, Mr. Helen. And I'm going to get back to calling the game here. Goes into the zone. We're getting a lot of good zone time. I like this. This is good. That's what you want to be. You want to be in the fun zone. That's the fun zone. Icing is the call. Cheyenne Mountain icing. All the way down to the other end. Black's going to go out on the ice. Yeah, that one too. Okay. Got another squad that's out here, hanging out on the bench. We're looking at it. It's funny. We might interview some of them. Who knows? Okay, here we go. They get the ice. They get over the line, and a centering pass is unsuccessful. That goes into the other player. He took. I wouldn't want to get hit by that vulcanized piece of rubber that's flying at speed. That hurts. He took one at the knee, and he crumpled as a result. But he's back up skating. That's a Cheyenne Mountain player. Our boys come for a line change, half, not wholesale. And back the other way it comes. Fresh legs coming off of the bench. Bailey's trying to shovel that out. Not able to do so. Coach is motioning for a line change. Bailey goes to the bench. Out another player comes. Can't see his number. That's Gallagher comes off. And then we've got Helen that's giving chase over in the area. Our boys had a hard time getting it out of the defensive zone last week, and I hope they don't suffer from that same ailment this week. They also had a hard time putting it in the back of the net. By the way, those are the keys to the game. Get it out of our zone. The Cheyenne Mountain squad liked the flavor on that hit. Cheyenne Mountain took one of our boys into the boards. So stoppage of play. I think the puck went out of bounds, went into the stands. So that's what happens. Can't play when the puck is in the bench. You just can't play those anymore. Anyway, what do they call that in golf? Out of bounds. That's right. Okay, 9:50. 9 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock in the first period. I'd say we're faring pretty well so far in this game. That's my professional assessment. Up into the net it goes. Why we're going to see a lot of net calls today. These boards, looking around here, the boards, the glass is much lower than other rinks. These are really low. So we're going to see a lot of pucks fly up into that zone. Okay, Saber's working it up. He works for a pass to Sass, drops it. Tries to get it back to Saber. He's going to try to dig it out of the boards there. He loses it. Goes to Britton. Saber's working it. And up into the net it goes for another whistle. Shocker. Okay. Let's see what happens here. We're not going to get any changes on our end, but the Cheyenne Mountain is getting a whole new fresh set of legs. Huh? Oh, I'm getting a stat here. We're up to 11 viewers. Awesome, we broke the 10 threshold. I feel good about myself. Thanks for joining us from wherever you are. Okay, nice defensive play. Moore swatted that out of the air, so they couldn't complete the pass. That was really sweet. Want more of that for sure. Okay, Bailey's off the bench. Shot goes way wide. No threat to Vaughn. Couldn't even put a glove on it. Black gets pummeled from his back. Paid the price for touching that puck. This is a tough sport. You got to be built different. Okay, here comes Britt. No, that's Bantow. Sorry, getting my B's mixed up. Bailey is holding that player against the boards near side. You saw it got to probably see his face pressed up against the glass. Here comes Black. He's looking for an outlet pass, but he goes solo through the neutral zone and he shovels it in. Dump and chase, forecheck. Let's see if it's successful. Bailey's trying to shovel it through the zebra's legs. Those dang zebras, they get in the way a lot. Anyway, here comes the Cheyenne Mountain squad the other way. And offsides is the call. By the way, Cheyenne Mountain is coming in undefeated. And so they're riding high. Our boys, they're sitting a little low in the saddle. They come in 1-2-1. They had a tie a few games ago, and so that's the oddity of their score. But yeah, 1-2-1 is ours, and hopefully we can improve that tonight against an undefeated team. Whoa! Helen shoved that other player from the back. That could have been called as a penalty, but no call. Now he's getting physical the other way, and he muscles it down into the offensive end. Sometimes you got to just muscle it through, and that's what he did there. Gallagher's got it. He's trying to inch it along on the boards. There goes Helen. He's trying to get some more flavor on there. That's actually Rowe. There's Helen. Before the end of the season, I will know these players cold. I promise. All right. There's Bradley, who dumps it back to Black, who circles it around, and he works it up the board. That's going to go full length for a nice, easy call. Oh, it got waved off. We'll take it. That looked like a trip to me, but no call. The hand was up in the stands, but not on the ref. And that's the one that counts. Shovel down for an ice that time. No penalties yet. We'll take that. 7 minutes and 16 seconds exactly.
They're not calling much yet.
No. The refs have been light on the whistle. So that's, you know, when we're muscling more, we'll take it. That's a good thing. Okay, the puck is now back into play. Not the ball, the puck. Works it around using the curvature of those boards again. Dumps it to the Cheyenne Mountain players. Shovels it across to the other side. Number 6 is giving chase. There's Saber. He's trying to dig it out. Goes for a centering pass. Unsuccessful to Sass, who was totally set up right in front of the goal. Looked like a trip there, but no call again. Sass has got it. Looking for some flavor in front of the goal. Saber's there. It chips around in traffic. Nice play by Moore to keep it in the zone. Working it around, and that is a shot through the 5-hole, and they score. Cheyenne Mountain is on the board first. Little break down the side there, near side, and a shot gets through Vaughn's legs and goes to the back of the net. So Cheyenne Mountain is on the board first, 1-0 in the first period. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. Our boys are suffering from the same ailment they did last week. They could not score. So we need to start running some scores up here. Somehow, some way. Black picks that one up. He's going to work it back to, I can't see the number, Time, who's going to work it across to a waiting Bailey. He's getting shoveled around. Vaughn's going to cover that up for a stoppage of play. Cheyenne Mountain, by the way, is their character. Let's call it a character. Their character is a hawk, which is prevalent here. Colorado region. I see a lot of hawks all over the place. And boy, those things are killers. Let's hopefully it's this squad isn't killers. Oh, nice pass through to the center, but the player that received it couldn't get a handle on it. And our boys once again are suffering from getting it out of the zone. The same plague as, there we go. Now we got some opening ice, and Time's going to push that up to a breaking Glint, who's going to go down and shovel it around. Here comes Cheyenne Mountain the other way. Number 19, trying to work it through traffic. A soccer kick keeps that from moving forward. Gallagher's going to punch that down the line, and boy's going to get chased. He's going to go on a solo effort. Something happened. I think it went up into the netting yet again. Oh, we got an icing call. It's going to come down the other way.
I didn't see that.
We need to pay off the refs a little bit more maybe next time. A little, what do they call that, a donation? Anyway, puck drop in our zone, and here we go. Underway yet again. Again, I want to acknowledge that pass. That was a very dangerous pass of the Cheyenne Mountain squad. Up into the ceiling it goes. The ceiling, by the way, is in play. That is a pretty low slung ceiling there. So a lot of pucks go up in there, and you could see the dents and scratches in the ceiling. There's a lot. That ceiling gets worked in this neighborhood. Okay, here we are. Shot goes over to the right pad of Vaughn, who kicks it over to the corner. Bradley shovels that up the boards, aided by a breaking Gallagher, who's trying to keep it going over there. Our boys need to up the pressure down at the offensive end. That goes through traffic. The hand is up. That's going to go clear down for an icing. Evenly matched so far, I would say. We've had some pretty good shots. They have too. One went by Vaughn, and they got to express themselves on the board, on the scoreboard, sooner than we did. But here's our starting line, and let's see what they can do. Saber, Britton. We've got Sass, Moore, and Bradley. Saber's not going to. He wasn't able to win the puck there. He's trying to do a stick lift. Goes to a Cheyenne Mountain player who's going to give a break. Cheyenne Mountain player blew a tire on that blue line again, and he over he went. He was on his knees doing his junior flex move. I think a Cheyenne Mountain ran into the boards down there for a little bit of flavor there. That kicks back to the Cheyenne Mountain squad, right out of Saber's reach, but he reaches back and pulls it ahead. Nice move there. Saber is catching up to the play, and he gets it. He's going to go for a shot that goes right off the end of his stick, but he tries to get it back to Britton. Works it over. Saber's looking for an outlet pass, but there was too much traffic. That kicks back and over the line. Still underway. We got 4 minutes left on the clock in the first period. It's going to work over to Cheyenne Mountain's way. Kicks off a couple of legs, chipping around on the neutral zone. Our boys are going to go get a line change, at least the offensive squad. Out comes Bantow, shovels it back to Moore, who's looking for an outlet. He just turns and works it back to a wide open Bradley, who's going to work it up over the blue line, through the center line. Nice move there. Still moving forward. Cheyenne Mountain can't get an outlet, but finally they just shove it out of the zone. Pokes it back in. It goes wide of the net. Bradley's going to go get a blow on the bench, and here we go the other way. Cheyenne Mountain squad has been around for quite a long time. This is hockey that goes back generations at that high school. So they've got a couple of state championships under their belt. They've done well over the years. Breaking Lent tries to get it to himself. Couldn't get it past the last man, who broke from the other side to cut that play off. Bantow's shoveling it ahead. Our boys are having a hard time again tonight getting any kind of offensive momentum. When they get in the zone, they just, I don't know, they're just chipping it around. They can't find a way to connect with each other down there and get a really flavorful shot off at the net. Bailey's going to come back, and he's going to get a change. Out comes Gallagher. Time shovels that ahead. That's going to go clear down for icing. The hand is up, and they're going to call it off because it was just slow rolling. Here comes Black, who kicks it off one of the skates of the other player. Gallagher's giving chase. Helen was there, but he just couldn't finish it. Cheyenne Mountain player got behind our defensive squad, and he still got it, working it around to a waiting player. Oh, dangerous play there. Vaughn picked it up, but the rebound just kind of trickled out. That was a good play by Cheyenne Mountain. They're working it down that left board really nicely. That's the near side board to you, viewers at home. There's Britton and Saber trying to team up to get that puck. Shovels it down to a Vaughn. Black kicks it around the corners. Sass tries to get it up to Saber, but he was covered by two other guys. Here comes Bradley, who's going to get a shot off, goes way wide. Sass shovels that center, always a good idea. Put it on net. Kicks over there, but works past Saber, who wasn't able to put it home. From behind, the Cheyenne Mountain player is giving Britton some love with the stick. Nice tag up there by the Cheyenne Mountain squad. Trip, no hand is up. Must have tripped himself, I don't know. Saber's trying to work it around on a solo effort. The hand goes up, and we're gonna get a power play here. Here we go. Vaughn comes off for the 6'6" skater, and that's going to get tagged up by the Cheyenne Mountain squad, and we're going to get a power play. Here we go. We'll take it. 1 minute, 29 seconds left on the clock of the first period in our first power play. This one's brought to you by Rate with Liz Everett. That's Blue. Let's see. She's the VP of Mortgage Lending at a Rate, specializing in VA, FHA, and jumbo loans with military spouses, understanding of your unique needs. That's Rate with Liz Everett. If you need a mortgage, call Liz Everett. She's the one who can hook you up with a sweet mortgage. There we go. Wherever you are, I'm sure she'll serve you. No icing during power play, so you're going to see a lot of pucks sent clear down the ice. There goes Moore rounding around the net. Going to work it down on a solo effort. Unsuccessful. Our boys are having a hard time getting it through the neutral zone again. Good penalty kill by Cheyenne Mountain so far. Our boys need to work together. That goes off of Gallagher's stick. Works back to Moore, who's going to try to give chase and shovel it ahead. They finally get it in the zone, and we're going to get Van Tal, who's going to change out. There goes the icing the other way. 1 minute, 20 seconds left on the clock in the first period. Here comes Bradley, who's going to work it down himself. Goes into the zone. He finally got it in there. Now he's looking for a pass. He shovels it ahead, short side, goes off the pipe, back behind the net, but good idea nonetheless. Vaughn's going to dig that out. Black's going to work it around the back side of the net, and up he comes. Haven't seen Sharon. Where'd Sharon go? I haven't seen him. I hope he's okay. There he is on the bench. He was out. Britton shovels that ahead for a shot, but it goes way wide. Sabres giving chase back on the backboard. Britton joins him, digs it out. He's working. Oh! Nice idea there. Weird bounce on the other side. That was a strange bounce. You can't see it. It's behind the boards for you. But it kicked up off some weird ice over there. It tumbled out. I mean, Bradley got collection of it, but that was a weird. Did you see that?
Moguls in there or something.
We got some moguls on the ice. Okay, well, we're going to come out of the locker down one score, but we're going to be on the power play for another 31 seconds exactly. Our boys are going to go to the locker room, getting to talking to. Once again, keys to the game, getting it out of our zone, through the neutral zone, and into the back of the net. Our boys are suffering on the scoreboard. They need to find a way to connect on the offensive end and shovel it home. That's the start. That's the part that counts. But anyway, our boys are going to go in for a timeout, and guess what? I'm going to go for a timeout too. I'm going to take a break. Come back at you after the ice scrape. The Zambonier is going to come out. Is it a word? A Zambonier? Yeah, the Zamboni guy is going to come out. He's going to do an ice cut for us and make for some nice, smooth action. Hopefully fix that thing that was over there on the near side boards. That was weird. Okay, so we're going to come at you after this. Thanks for joining us again. Appreciate you being with us. And we've got, oh, look at that.
It was at 13.
It was at 13. We lost a viewer. Okay, well, I hope the 13th player comes back. Thanks again for joining us from wherever you are in the universe. Thanks. Bye. All 7 of you. Thanks for joining us. Hey, look at this. One of our viewers is tuning in from Good News Bay, Alaska. Look at that. Whoever you are in Good News Bay, Alaska, small town, if you don't know it out there, very small. Look it up. Google Maps is right in front of you. One click away. Look it up. There is not much there. They got a little airstrip. Did you know this? They got a little airstrip. And I guess they've got internet because somebody right now is watching from Good News Bay, Alaska. Thank you, viewer. We got fans everywhere.
The bear population is bigger than the human population.
Very likely. There is not much there. You'll see it on the map. Look at the satellite view. Good News Bay, Alaska. But I bet the fishing is awesome. That's why they got a lot of bears. But anyway, we want to tell you a little bit about... Oh, where's my hot sheet here? Let's talk about Cheyenne Mountain. Cheyenne Mountain has been around for a while. They're in the Broadmoor area, which is, it's an interesting area. It's there's a lot of affluence there, but there's also a not affluence. It's all mixed in. It doesn't take long to get, from one degree to the other. But they're over there by the Broadmoor, which if you're ever in Colorado Springs and you want to see something spectacular, you got to go see that hotel. It is, bar none, an unbelievable place. And you got to bring your wallet too with some extra dollars in it, because they will evacuate money out of your wallet while you're just walking through there. But anyway, the school was established in 1966. It's got about 1,400 students. It's all high school. They got a hell of a swimming pool there. Really good program for swimming. And to that end, they have an Olympic champion that went to this school. Who was that on my hot sheet here? All right, here we go. It was Amy Van Dyken. Did you know this?
I did not.
Amy Van Dyken went to Cheyenne Mountain. She graduated in 1991, and of course, she went on to play in not one, but 2 Olympics. She went to the 96 Olympics in Atlanta, and she went to the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, Australia, and she got all gold. She was something else. But here's another little thing that you didn't know. She took on swimming to get over asthma. That was her treatment, and boy, did she overcome that. She went all the way. So pretty amazing. She is now a commentator and a motivational speaker. And looks like she had an ATV accident in 2014. Didn't know about that. Severed her spinal cord. Ugh.
That's not good.
She was paralyzed from the waist down. I wonder if that's still true. I guess so, because she became an advocate for spinal cord injuries. I didn't know that. But yeah, she had a bad accident, and anyway, that is by far the most accomplished person that came out of that high school. Everybody on the earth knew her. Everybody was rooting for her all over the world, and she was something else in the pool. But anyway, there were a couple other players, a couple of football players, not known, but they went pro. But that's a little flavor for you about the people that went there. The graduation rate, that's a notable figure at Cheyenne Mountain. 95%. That is well above the state average. They're known for their STEM programs, and they've got, like I said earlier, they've got a storied history on the hockey rinks. They've been around, and they actually play into the World Arena, which is where the U.S. hockey team trains, and they come here. A lot of Olympians come here to train because of the altitude. They get that natural thing, and that helps with their blood flow in some way, scientific, which I'm not going to be able to talk to. But the national, for the United States, the national hockey, not hockey, just the Olympic Committee is located here. This is Olympic City, USA. So a lot of people come here for the training, which makes sense. We're at about 7,000 feet elevation. But anyway, our boys are coming out of the locker room. They're grouped by the door over there, and we are seconds away from getting underway again. The zebras are out, and here comes the whistle. He's teasing us. He had it up in his mouth, and now and there it is.
Quietest whistle.
Yeah, he's going a little light on the whistle. Okay, here come our boys, and they're going to take a trip around the net there. They're all just circling around the net there. But we're coming out to finish up this power play, which it was unremarkable. I would say at the end of the first period, they didn't have a whole lot of opportunities, but our boys are going to switch ends. Our boys are going to be working from right to left this time on your camera. And the Cheyenne Mountain squad is going to be moving from left to right. And that's going to be for the entire period. Okay, we're seconds away from getting underway. The ref blows his whistle, calls the players together, and the puck is dropped and the clock has started. And here we go again. I'm going to stand up here so I can see a little bit better. And here comes Bradley, who's got some speed. He's going to work it down the right wing all by himself. Works it around all the way to the net. Back to the blue line. Black shovels it back to Bradley, who's going to tee it up for a shot. Goes right over the shoulder and into the back of the net. That was an outstanding laser beam shot. You saw it live. Right there. Bradley's going to line up and he's going to go right down the line for some high fives, and there it is. 1 point goes on the board, and we need a lot more than that. And I'm looking shrewdly at Mr. Helland that's standing right to my left, and I'm imploring him to put a point on the board, and
It's coming.
there it goes. He did his job. It's a pretty tough job. I can't get on him too much. That's a tough job. You got to get your phone out. What's the process? You got to remove the phone from your pocket.
Yeah, you got to unlock the screen.
You got to unlock the screen, which he has a code.
Yeah, then probably
You got to go
refresh
to the
screen.
application.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of application choices these days. Then he's got to find the application and bring it up and put a point on the
But
board.
usually you have to refresh it first.
You've got to refresh.
Yeah. That's the trick.
The all-important refresh.
If I outscored you, I'm gonna
Yeah.
refresh.
Well, he got it done, and we're 1-1 tied, and that's how you finish off a power play. You want to put a point on the board. So good stuff there. Puck is behind the Cheyenne Mountain. Man, I am seriously uplifted on that. That was a good shot. Bradley, he's got when he tees it up, you got to watch out. All right, the puck's bouncing around. Black shovels that out ahead. Almost goes through the 5-hole. Big pile up, shoving and hugging and kisses. Everybody's coming together and they're trying to figure out what restaurant they're going to meet up at. I'm sure that was just nothing but Bible verses. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
We are going to get some of these boys mic'd up at some point during the season once I get it approved by the committee. I gotta work that through, but we want to mic up one of these players before the end of the season and get out there, and I kind of want to see what goes on.
Don't mic up Noah.
Mr. Helland's saying he can't mic up his son. He says that's a no-go.
You don't want to hear it.
Okay. Anyway, that goes all the way down to Vaughn, who's going to stop it and cover because the breaking 19 was coming through the crease. By the way, we were remarking before we got underway again. The Cheyenne Mountain squad showed up in force. They got all kinds of people in the stands here. They got a really big section to the right of the camera, and then across ice, they've got they're filming too, and they've got another squad here to my right, and they've all shown up to root this team on. There's even some people down on the you can see them on the boards there. So that's kind of cool. I like that.
We want to encourage our thing.
And speaking of which, there's some lady friends that are on the glass there. They got an up-close visit by some of the players that were breaking into the boards. Britton gets shoved into the boards, and the players that are right to my right here in the stands, they like that. There's nothing like violence in hockey. That's what gets the crowd excited. All right, Dangerous play there. Centering pass, couldn't get it through to a sitting 19 right in front of the goal. Sabre tries to work that through. Couldn't do it. Cheyenne Mountain has to tag up. The arm comes down, and here comes Bradley, who works it over to Sass, shovels it ahead to Britton, puts it on net. That'll count as a shot, but it was easy pickup. Bailey comes off the bench, and he gives some back checking to defensive squad. Nice back checking there. Good defensive move right there in the neutral zone. Good job, Bailey. Harassment continues. One of our players blew a tire. That's Bantal. He blew a tire. He went down on his knees. Now he's going to press it ahead. Zebra's in the way. Gets a shot off. Goes way wide. No threat at all. Here comes Cheyenne Mountain chipping it up. Looked like it went off the netting, but they kept the play underway. We're spending a lot more time down on the offensive end, which is what we need. The coaches must have talked them up and said we needed more fun zone. Pick up there, shot. Bantal got a shot and it went off the stick of the keeper, shoved it over to the corner. Here's some more action. Leaks in front. Bantal couldn't get a stick on it. He touches the keeper and he gets some feedback. Yeah.
A little effort.
Yeah. Got to give it to the second line. Here comes another line. We got Bradley, Black, Rowe. We got Helland and Lent out there, and we got 13 minutes 40 seconds on the clock. Thanks, viewers, for joining us wherever you are across the solar system, the galaxy of the Milky Way. Amen. You're verily. It's nice to have you here joining us on Friday Night Lights. Cheyenne Mountain's working it around. That player just gets shoved right off of the puck. Here comes Helen the other way. He shovels it ahead to a breaking Lent. Couldn't get a handle of it. Hot pass. Couldn't trap it. But right through Lent's legs. Still underway, going the other way on the Cheyenne Mountain squad. That's going to work down, chipping her away. Helen's going to break, go down to the corner. She's going to pick it up, work it around the net. Lent picks that up. Britton's there, breaking through the crease. Couldn't get it to him. Always a good play, putting it behind the net. Chipping around, and that's going to come out. Bradley and Black are backing up in a defensive stance. Here comes a shot. Works him over to the corner. Rounds it through. Shattering pass goes all the way across ice. He's going to tee it up for a shot. Easy pickup by Vaughn. Shovels it ahead to Lent. Lent's been out there for a while. He needs to come off and get a rest. And yeah, he's going to come over now and he's going to get a break. He's been out there for a while, pulling some minutes. Sabre keeps it in. Nice little play there. Puts it back to Sass. Shovels it ahead to Sabre. And looks like we're going to get a call here. Too many men on the ice? Could be, could not be. Who knows? We're about to find out. Talking to here, and yeah, we're going to get a penalty. Somebody's going to go in and serve that. Yeah. We're going to go on the penalty kill. Our boys are making their case to the ref, but that's usually a go-nowhere argument. But hey, I want to tell you who this penalty kill is going to be brought to you by. It's brought to you by Cat Wagner Rents. Cat Rental Store, your authorized Caterpillar dealer, serving Colorado Springs since 1976. That's a long time. Been around for a while. They give heavy equipment rentals, construction machinery, and superior customer service to any job site challenge. So if you ever need something big, you want to go and see Cat Wagner Rents. By the way, I am the hand is up, and we're going to get a penalty. Something that was interference. So yeah, the squads are going to get evened up here. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey. Into the penalty box, number 19 goes for a little timeout. He gets to think about it for 2 minutes. He's not happy about it. But let me tell you about another one here. It's another sponsor. These sponsors, by the way, are really important for an event that's coming up in January. We have every year. It's called the PLOC, the Palmer Lake Outdoor Classic, and it's the coldest event by far of any event that we're going to go to any one of the year. This one's top dog on that block, and well, we've got that coming up, and that's how these sponsors work in. That's a big event right there in Palmer Lake. We play on an outdoor rink, and we're going to have a, well, I want to call out one of our other sponsors, KHM Attorneys. You know these people?
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, they provide comprehensive family law services with compassionate guidance and skillful advocacy. Founder Jen Nyes, Jennifer Helen, and Kelly McPherson, they serve Colorado families with integrity. So, shot, Sass got picked up at the last second and gets disrupted. But we're on 4-on-4 hockey here. Shoveled ahead, the keeper grabs that out of the sky and shuts it down. But thanks to all our sponsors, we've named 3 so far in this game, and we couldn't do it without you. Wherever you are, you got to know that, well, last time I checked, hockey's not a cheap sport, and we need the sponsorships to kind of keep it alive and going. So all the folks that do support the program, giving you a high five through the ether. All right, Cheyenne Mountain's going to work it down. We got about a minute. This is going to be 5-on-5 hockey again, and we're not going to get much of a power play. But it did give us an opportunity to call out some sponsors. Nice shutdown. That is the save of the game right there. That was a great centering pass by Cheyenne Mountain, who shoveled ahead to a breaking player through the crease, and he got a sweet shot off. And Vaughn showing some brilliance in the goal there. He shut that down. So the score remains 1-1 on the scoreboard. Wow, that was really close. Very threatening shot there. Another save, goes off his chest. It goes just wide from the bar. Wow, they're getting some opportunities here in the second period. Saber's going to pick this up, and he's going to look for an outlet pass. Shovels it ahead. Turnover right there at the red line. Oh, an offensive player. And the hand is up, and we're going to get a tripping, roughing call, something. But number 27 went on his back with purpose. And the door is open for another player to go in there and think about what he did. That is Bradley. He's shaking his head. He doesn't like the call. Looked fair to me, but I'm not wearing the zebra uniform. A lot of players are walking down. Looks like the lacrosse squad. These are some big dudes. They look pretty healthy. I wouldn't want to fight any one of them. All right. Yeah, we're down another player, so we're going to have 3 players on the ice against their 4, and then we're going to be down a player for a grand total of 1 minute and 40 seconds. Long time. We're going to go on the penalty kill. Man, that's unfortunate. 3-on-4 hockey. Oh, another shot goes through the crease there. 3-on-4 hockey is brought to you by Woodmore Family Dentistry. They offer comprehensive emergency general cosmetic care right there in Woodmore. So another sponsor for you there. All right, Bailey's going to shove that down. Saber gets it. He's going to push it ahead to Bradley, who breaks it through the center. He's going to get picked up pretty quickly. We're on 4-on-4 hockey for exactly 4 seconds. And now it's 5-on-4 hockey. They're on the power play. Bailey shovels that around to the corner. Saber's going to go over there and harass their number 21. He's going to give a chase a little bit. Saber gets it, and he just shovels it back behind the net. No threat to the scoreboard there. Nice little play by Black, and he's just going to shove it right back down, kill some more time off the clock. Works it around the corner. Saber's there. No centering pass. Puts it back to Britton. They're playing a good game of keep away here. Saber's going to try to get a shot off. Couldn't get it back from Britton. But some seconds come off the clock some more. They're 11. Fans of the player. Saber comes over there and says, hey, if you don't want to take it, I'll take it. He tags up, and he's going to go to the bench for a timeout. Got another 35 seconds on the penalty kill. Cheyenne Mountain hasn't been able to put much together. They did have some shots about 3 or 4 minutes ago. Fan on that shot. He's still working it around. Rolls on the blue line, tries to get a shot off, and it bounces through traffic. Stick laying around there. Looks like it's broken. That's Sass's twig. Time's trying to pick it up. Dangerous play right there in the middle, but keeps it out of the threat zone. Stick is still laying around on the ice. That goes down on net. That's a good penalty kill right there. Very solid. We're back 5-on-5 hockey. Bradley comes out of the box. we're full strength. We got Bantal, we got Time, we got Moore, Bailey, and oh goodness, shovels it right into a waiting Vaughn and keeps it out of the net. Shuts it down. That was a good save. Vaughn is showing up in the second period. He's playing with style and grace there. I mean, shutting everything down. They have been threatening in the second period, but the score remains 1-1 with 8 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock in the second period. The hand is up, stoppage of play. We're going to get some fresh legs out on the ice. We got Gallagher, Bailey, Bantal, Vaughn. Can't see that number, can't say that other number, but I'll call it out in a second. Looks like Black and Bradley. There they are. Here comes Gallagher, who's going to work it down. Near side boards, drops it to Bailey. Back to Gallagher. Couldn't connect on the reconnect. Here goes more. That's oh, nice little play there. It chips around through the center. Where's my player sheet? That was Bantal playing it through the center there. He picks it back up, shoveling it around. The keeper was down on his pads. Chips right wide of the keeper. That was a good little session right there. Bantal keeps it in the zone, and it was offside. It just leaks out just barely off that blue line. And we had a player in the zone, and when he touched it, the whistle got called immediately. Oh, got some old-timey music playing. You gotta like that. That feels good. Where you need a campfire for that one. Big trip, 2 players go down. The hand doesn't go up though, so I guess it was okay. Moore's gonna work that up. He's gonna get it into the zone. No offsides. The ref gets out of the way. Shoveling it around, picks it up. Lent's gonna try to get it. That's a trip. No call. That looked like a trip to me, didn't it?
Yeah.
But hey, I'm not wearing that specialized uniform. Okay, their number 17 picks it up. We're getting some offensive time here. Works it up to their 15. If that was our 15, that would have been Lent. Shoves it off the opposing player's stick there. Saber, no, that's Britton breaking there. Nice defensive play by Time. Britton's going to work it up to a Lent, who's going to break it over the blue line. He's going on a solo effort against 2 dudes. There's the ref getting in on the action, stopping the forward progress. God bless him. And that's going to go the other way. Shot is unsuccessful. And it's going to work around, chipping around, and Britton kicks that out of the zone. Sass just rifles that at the ref. They almost took him out. Here comes Black off the bench. Saber, oh, Saber gets hammered. He just gets blistered in the corner on an elbow, but he's back up and at it. Centering pass, turns and shoots. Bantal gets a shot off, and that goes right into the legs. Saber's gonna shake that off. He's bent over. I hope he's okay. He got slammed into the boards. Guess he's all right. He's gonna come over and get a breather. Sass comes off too. By the way, let me just talk to you a little bit about Sebastian Sass. He's our spotlight player of the game today. Sebastian Sass. Let's talk about him for a minute. I want to bring him out. Sass, he's a forward. He is a senior. This is his senior year, and he's been playing hockey since 2015, which means he got started pretty late in his career. That's pretty late. Biggest influence, coaches and teammates. Favorite moment so far was earning most improved varsity player. I guess that was last year. So good job to him. It says he's a big Avalanche fan. Favorite player is Nathan MacKinnon. Don't blame him on that. That guy is super awesome. Credits him for his speed, and that is true once again. Here's a little thing that he does. He puts his left skate on first before every game. And his main goals is this season to be more consistent and help the team make a strong playoff push, which they made last year, and they hadn't made it in years. So I credit Sebastian for that. That's a great goal. Goes to Palmer Ridge, which works into LP, right? We got two high schools really close to each other up there in Monument. LP and PR are just a little bit apart from each other. So anyway, that's our spotlight player of the game, Sebastian Sass, number 5. So keep an eye on him through the course of the game. Senior here showing up, and he's getting a lot of playing time today. All right, there goes Helland, who works it over to Time. Couldn't get a shot off. That goes wide and up into the net for a stop. But good movement there on the puck. And here comes our spotlight player of the game right there, Sebastian Sass, coming off the bench. Number 5, he's the one to look out for. Okay, we got our top line out there. We got Saber, Britton, Sass, Time, and Moore. Cuts it back to Time, who shovels it behind the net. Saber's giving chase. 2-on-1 effort. Cheyenne Mountain blew a tire, and he goes down to his knees. They're going to work it out of the zone there, all the way across, near side to Moore, who's going to work it over to awaiting Britton. Shovels it up to Saber, gets it out of the zone. He's trying to work it ahead, but goes off the end of his stick, couldn't do it. Our boys are circling mid-rink, and they're going to work it back up the other end. Vaughn there, once again, shutting it down. That was a threatening shot, and he goes down to his knees and shut it down. He's showing up again. I tell you, he's had a great performance, and he is doing it again tonight. Very consistent play by Vaughn on the net. We got 3 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock in the second period. And our boys are doing a line change here. Once again, our boys are suffering from putting points on the board. They just can't put it in the back of the net. Credit Bradley for putting another point on the board. He's been showing up this year, doing his deal. And that's the only point we got so far. We need some more offensive end, a lot more shots. All right, there's Bradley, our goal scorer. He's going to work it up on a solo effort. He's going to shove it in. He's going to maintain possession. Goes down to his knees. No call. Here comes Cheyenne Mountain the other way. Works it over to Black, who's going to get there before the Cheyenne Mountain player is going to shove it out of the zone. Nice little pass there by Bailey. Works it up to Bradley. He's going to go for a short side shot, but he fanned on that one. And now he gets a nice little laser beam shot. More of that, please. Yes. Nice little shot, just went just wide. Our boys have to tag up, and they do, so no offsides. Here comes Bantow and Bailey. They're going to get a breather. Chipping around in the neutral zone. A little less than 3 minutes on the clock in the second period. Still tied up 1-1. Working around over the blue line. It's a big scrum over there. Their player's going to go back and take that feed off of the corner. Helland is there harassing him, trying to get repossession. Does so. Let's see if he can get a shot off. Doesn't. Works off of his stick. He's still working it. Giving a shoulder to the other player. Back to the corner. A little back and forth action here. Helland's, he's working those boards pretty good, but he gets hammered by 2 players as if one isn't enough. Rose working it back to the point. They're going to lose possession on that. No, they keep it in. Moore still got it. He gets shoved into the boards. Works through there. Nice little shot, and he shoves it home. Yes, that is how you stick with the puck. He came out of that traffic zone. He kept it on his stick, and he shoves it past the keeper for the second point of the game. That is how you play this game. Do not give up, and he did not. Moore goes up, and here we go.
Refresh.
Mr. Helland here is working through the process, and he successfully negotiated the course yet again, and the score is up on the board 2-1. He did it.
I'm going to write a manual.
Yeah. That one needs it. In depth. How to put a point on the board. All right, here's Britton, who's going to try to shovel it through there. Vaughn's tracking. Very dangerous centering pass. Vaughn picked that up, and he shoved it over to the corners. Another save for Vaughn. He's going to reach out. Black's going to pick it up. Trying to get it around to awaiting Sass. It's our spotlight player of the game. Sabres give a chase. Just couldn't connect there. Britton comes up, and he shoves it down. Sabres going to go over the blue line there. Sabres at the top of the circle is exactly where he should be, waiting for the puck to leak out so he can get some action on it. Here comes Cheyenne Mountain, who's going to try to break through a couple of defenders. Score again is 2-1. Saber's going to work it over there in the corner. Works it over to Sass, who's going to break it down, and Saber's going to get a breather here. Off to the bench he goes. Sass gets shoved into the boards. Slapping around, no call for a high stick. There's Britton, who's going to try to keep it in the zone. Can't. Leaks out, goes over the center line. There goes Bailey, who's going to shovel it ahead. 3-on-1, let's see how well. Yeah, he just puts it back down there for behind the net. Good idea, because that's going to give our boys a chance to get a line change. 33 seconds left on the clock in the second period.
Come on!
Yes! I am uplifted looking up at the scoreboard at a 2-1 score. 31 seconds. Let's see if we can get another shot off here in the second period. Works back to Moore. He's going to shovel it ahead to the keeper. Works just wide. Bradley's going to push it back around to behind the net. Bailey goes for a centering pass, gets cut off, goes to the corner. And out they come. Shoveled it ahead to the point player. Nice little cross-ice pass there, very dangerous, but couldn't connect. That bounces around. Let's see if Bradley, he's got 6 seconds to put one on the board. He gets totally upended. That looked like a penalty to me, but no call, and the buzzer hits. He's giving some feedback to the other player there and the refs, as he should. But no call. Second period goes in the books. And we got a score on the board there, and Vaughn, high five and a forearm bash, goes out to that kid because he showed up and he kept the score real. It's a good even match, would you say?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you 2 goals that period?
Yep. So 2 goals. So good stuff. We're gonna get another ice cut here, and
Probably go get their 3rd beer. Meet us back here.
yeah, go get some popcorn, get a hot dog, see the men's room, whatever you got to do. And we're going to take a break here for a second, and we'll come back at you from Sertich Ice Arena. We're going to tell you about this place when we come back here a little bit. But we're going to take a break, and we'll see you soon. All right?
Good job, Mike.
From Certich Ice Arena, and I promised you I was going to tell you about this place a little bit, so let me get my act together here. Oh, let's see here. You need glasses in this day and era. All right. Hey, but first, guess what happened on December 12th? This day in history. Check this out. The Mona Lisa was recovered in 1913. Did you know the Mona Lisa was stolen?
No.
It's one of the most famous paintings in the entire world, and it got stolen, and this guy, the thief, Vincenzo Perugia, he was an Italian handyman. He claimed he stole it to return it to Italy. I don't know. I'm giving that 3 Pinocchios. But anyway, Frank Sinatra was born on December 12, 1915. The Bush-Gore decision on the 2000 presidential election. That was the hanging Chad thing. That was very controversial. That happened in the year 2000. Get that. How about this? 1980, December 12th, 1980. You know what that happened? Apple went public.
Really?
I wish I'd have got the heads up on that one. I could have retired a long time ago. What else we got? You ever heard of the USS Cairo? Well, it sunk in 1862. Too bad, so sad. It was an ironclad gunboat. I guess. First warship ever sunk by an electronically detonated torpedo. Man, they had torpedoes back then, 1862. Get that. Oh, what else happened? Yeah, we don't care about that one. We don't care about this one. Oh, here we go. Paris Climate Agreement. That was important. 2015. Here comes our boys. I want to give you some hockey flavor, though. Let's see if we can give you some hockey history, since that's what we're playing tonight. Hockey. Mario Lemieux, 1989. He scored his 100th point in 38 games. That dude was for real. I remember watching that guy when I was growing up, and he was phenomenal. Just outlandishly talented. What else happened? Brett Hull scored his 300th career goal, December 12th, 1991. Gretzky, 1981, his point streak reached 30 games. Wow, I'm just a fountain of information tonight. But anyway, we are very excited to bring to you the start of the third period. Third period is about to get underway, and we got our starting lineup out there. Saber Britton, we got Sass, who's going to take the puck drop. That's our spotlight player of the game, and we got Bradley, and we've got Black out there. Some shouting from the bench. Goes over to our boys are backing up on a defensive stance. Black is able to pick that up. Very nice pickup. Works the other way. Sass is breaking across. Saber's going to come over here and try to harass that player. Works around him easy. Puck is bouncing around in the neutral zone. Saber's going to come for a line change. 16 minutes, 33 seconds on the clock in this contest. And then we're going to go into the record books. Whatever is going to be, it's going to be. Bouncing around there, here comes Britton, who's going to work it down center ice, and he's just going to shovel it in and go for a line change. That's a wholesale line change right there. And back the other way it goes. Way turnover, hand is up, and they wave it off, no icing. Here comes Bantow, who's going to work it around. Gets shoveled at the time, goes behind the net. Back over to that player right there is doing well on the harassment meter. He actually gains possession. We had 3 players back there, and they gave it up to that one player messing around with them. Working it back there. Here comes Bailey, who's going to work it over the blue line, the center line. Then he shovels it in. He's going to give chase off the back net. Nice little play there. Still trying to get it. Goes out to the front. That's Gallagher. Works it back to the line. Nice little play there at the blue line to keep it in, or else that would have been dangerous. The Cheyenne Mountain player was just about to break it out. Bounce it around. High shot goes wide, just wide. Bantow had a nice little idea there, and it just went wide past the pipe. A couple of players come together on the boards there. Working it around through traffic. Once again, our boys are having a hard time connecting on some some positive energy. They just need, I don't know, there's some connective tissue that's missing there on the offensive end. Cheyenne Mountain player trips himself. Shot! Goes right up into there at number 11. That was Clark, who's trying to work it over there. No, that is not Clark. That is somebody else. That's Tracy. Is it Tracy? Gonna check. No, that was Moore coming off there. Tracy's number 37. Black keeps it in the zone, shovels it back behind the net. It's gonna go over to Bradley. He's gonna pick it up on the blue line. He pushes it ahead to a Cheyenne Mountain player, and out of the zone it comes. Bradley's gonna gain some steam through the center ice. He's gonna work it up on a solo effort, drops it to Helland, pushes it back behind the net. Lent's gonna go over there and try to shovel it out of the corner. Can't. Cheyenne Mountain player shoved Lent. Black's gonna try to muscle it back. He's gonna shove it over to a waiting Bradley, who's gonna work it up over the blue line. He's gonna try to work it around a player. Two players come together and push him off the puck. 2-on-1 usually goes that way in this level. There's Britton trying to get it. Sabres trying to work through traffic. There's Cheyenne Mountain player. Sabres there, works it back to Bradley. Chips it up and goes right into the mid of the keeper. Fresh legs out there, they're all gonna stay. Now Bradley wants a break, and he'll get it. Moore comes off the bench. He just went to the bench, so hopefully he got enough of a break to keep it live. All right, shipping around. Here comes Cheyenne Mountain, 2-on-1 endeavor. Nice little back check there. Moore picked that up and he shoveled it ahead. That was Britton's going to pass it ahead to Sass. Sabres breaking down the wing there. Nothing going there. Cross ice pass, chips it ahead. It's going to go down to the corner. Black picks that up, shovels it down the boards. Up into the bench it goes, and actually the scorer table gets it. He's going to push it through that banker's window. That puck is not going to get a break. Oh, what can I tell you here? Thumbing through all this paperwork that the producers put in my hands. How about that? Yeah, well, we're going to talk to you about Sertich. Sertich has been around for a very long time. It was built in 1975. 1975, this thing. That's when the Rocky movies were going on, right? Anyway, it's been around here for a little bit, and with that, a lot of hockey's been played here. It's a one-sheet ice arena, and it's actually named after a guy named Mark Sertich. He was a handyman, and he was a friend to many generations. He's got a plaque in the hallway down there. Yeah, he was an inspiration to a lot of folks, but this has been around for a long time, and I was commenting, you got to mind your manners in this neighborhood. You got to watch your six, because it's got some flavor down here. There's a big skate park right outside the north wall, to my right, your left, and it's known for that. And what they have done to improve the safety, I don't know if you noticed this, but there was a lot of light out there. Did you see the light? A lot of street lights on the parking lot, and I know that was a good strategy. Okay, we're going to go on the penalty kill here. There was a penalty. Rowe, it looks like he cross-checked somebody, so he's going to go into the penalty box for 2 minutes. 2-2-2. This penalty kill is brought to you by Shields. If you don't know anything about Shields, they're a big deal in the Monument and North Colorado Springs area. They came here a couple of years ago, and it's headquartered out of Fargo, North Dakota, and they're a big scene, and they do a great job of getting involved in the areas that they go into. But if you've never been to Shields, put it on your list. It's something miraculous. They've even got a Ferris wheel in there. So it's a one-stop shop. What they do is sports, outdoor gear, and everything in between. They're awesome. Okay, we got to stop at the play here, but I wanted to bring that to you. This penalty kill is brought to you by Shields. Thank you for your support of our hockey program, Shields. Okay, 1 minute, 40 seconds left on the penalty kill. Puck is bouncing around. Britton's going to slap that up to Sabre. He's going to shovel it ahead to Britton, and they get it down into the zone. Seconds are going to come off the clock here. Sabres hovering in a defensive stance. Here comes Cheyenne Mountain's breakout. They got 3 players that are coming down together. Works it over to the player near side. He's going to work it down the boards. The ref gets out of the way just barely. Saber's going to go over and harass him, cut that play down. Nice little defensive play by Saber, who works it over to Britton, who shovels it all the way down the ice. Going to spill some time off the clock. 1 minute left of the penalty kill. 11 minutes exactly left on the clock in the 3rd period. Across the ice it goes, chip it ahead. Cheyenne Mountain was barely onside, but nice little defensive play there. Shovels it down. Into the zone it goes. That looked like icing to me, but they say no. Working around, centering pass, just missed the connection. Nice little pass there. Watch out. Here comes a shot. Goes over to the glass. A lot of players from the lacrosse team are down on the ice, on the boards there. And they're giving some club attention to the... Did you see that? They're screaming through the window because one player of theirs got smashed against the boards. But this penalty kill is almost over. Again, brought to you by Shields. Thanks to your support, Shields. Bailey gets hold of that one, and he's going to shovel it ahead to a breaking Bantow. He's got a breaking row that came out of the penalty box. Shot! Nice hot shot from Gallagher. Went off of the right pad of the keeper. Really good play there. He got control of that, and he got a shot off, and that was a hot one. Moore comes off the bench, works back to Black, who tees it up. He's chipping around right in front of the keeper. The keeper's on his back, and he covers up. Tuck is underneath it. That's actually a good player from the keeper. When he loses his balance, they're taught to just lay down. And if the puck is underneath him, he's just going to lay down. That's exactly what happened. That strategy worked out, but they're coached from an early age to do just what you saw happen. Moore, Bantow, Gallagher. We got Rowe that's breaking. He's out of the box. Pick up there. Shovels it over to the corners, chipping around. Again, it's 2-1, 2-1, 2-2-2 on the board for LP. That's bouncing around. Just leaks out of the zone. Cheyenne Mountain's bringing it down. We got a whistle here. The hand is up. We got a trip. Somebody's going to go to the penalty box. And it looks like Rowe is going to go in for round 2. He's got a love affair with that penalty box tonight. Trip is the call, and we're going to go on the penalty kill. All right, that means we're going to call out another one of our lovely sponsors. Oh, where's my sponsor sheet? Well, it's just missing. We're not going to bring a sponsor to you, but I'll just talk about the Palmer Lake Outdoor Classic. The exact date for that is the 10th of January, and that will no doubt be the coldest day of the year. It's just, I don't know, it's curiously planned that way by the weather forecasters. But anyway, we're on the penalty kill, and Saber shovels that down the far side boards all the way down. Britton's going to go down there, and he's going to try to get the puck. He shows some spirit there. That was pretty good. Bradley's there to harass that entry. Couldn't shut it down. It's still bouncing around. Now he gets possession of it, and it bounces out. Nice little play there. Some fresh legs come off. They better get out there quick. Offsides is the call. Wouldn't have mattered anyway because Vaughn gobbled that up. Yes. 1 minute, 13 seconds left on this Rowe penalty kill. Come on, Rowe. Stay out of that box. We don't need you in there. We need you out on the board, on the ice. Okay. Face-off goes Cheyenne Mountain's way. They're going to break in, and they're going to shovel it through the center crease. Dangerous little pass there, but nobody there to shovel it home. Goes to their blue line. Nice little puck movement there. Vaughn tracked that all the way. Cheyenne Mountain player gets upended. That goes right to the breadbasket of the Cheyenne Mountain player that was on the blue line. Cross-ice pass it goes. He's going to tee it up, and that's easily picked up by Black, who he got to wear that. He's going to limp over to the bench. He's showing some fatigue there. Hope he's okay. Bradley's picking up on that player that was breaking through the crease. Got some fresh legs there. It bounces over to the corner through the crease. Nice little movement there, and that player was able to swat it out of the sky and work it ahead. Offsides is the call, and a couple of players come together. The lacrosse players want to fight. They're not going to get it. They're up, jumping up and down. They're pretty excited, but no action. You can't do that at this level. No fighting. Rose on his feet because 15 seconds is left on the penalty. Our 4 players out there are Bantow, Gallagher, Bradley, and Tyne. Ref finally drops the puck, works up to a time, shovels it ahead. That's going to kill the rest of the penalty easy. That's going to work around to Bantow. It's going to harass that player. Yes, Bantow, do that more. Out row comes, and he's going to go to the bench and get replaced by Lent, who breaks off of the bench with speed. We're 5-on-5 hockey again. There's Bradley, who's going to work it around the Zebra. Zebra's been doing a pretty good job of staying out of the way tonight, and they're playing a pretty good game. They haven't been calling crazy stuff. When a penalty happened, they called it. So salute to the Zebras tonight. They're calling a pretty good game. Here comes Helland, breaks that pass up, and he works it ahead. Nice little play there. He broke through traffic. He gets shoved into the boards. There's Heskett trying to pick it up. Trip, shot. Shot goes off of the left pad of the keeper to keep it out. Scores remains 2-1 with 6 minutes left on the clock, and we're going to get a call for icing. Again, I tell you, man, they got a pretty healthy turnout here for a fan base on a Friday night.
Excited, young.
Yeah, no, the whole lacrosse team is here to root on their hockey team. That's good stuff. I did read before the game that sometimes the pep band comes out for the hockey team. And I was in the pep band. That was really fun. I like that. And there's a nice little pass there. Saber's going to dig that out of the corner. He's going to try to work it back and is not able to. And number 15 is going to work down and try to shovel that ahead towards the keeper. Errant pass by Saber. Whoa! Little shovel there. Moore pushes him into the back. Saber's going to work that up on a solo effort, and he's just going to shove it ahead for a forecheck. Saber picks it back up through traffic. He's worked it over to Sass. Tees it up to Britton. Nice idea there. Good movement. Good teamwork there. Saber's trying to work it back around. Sass breaks it over. He's our spotlight player of the game tonight. Sebastian Sass, our senior. He's tying up that player down there. We've got 5 minutes, 25 seconds left on the clock to kill for a win. Bantow is going to work it back to Bailey. Works it around behind the boards. Looking for a centering pass through the traffic. Whoa, that was close. A lot of legs there. They need to probably center it a little bit higher in the circles, wouldn't you say?
Good idea.
Yeah, it's really hard to work it through foot traffic down there right in front of the goal, and that's what our boys have been doing. Off of the ref. Nice pass, ref. Black's going to work that behind the net. Gallagher's there to pick it up. He tapped it, but they still called an icing, so that's going to come clear down the ice. We're sub 5 minutes right now in the third period. Thanks for joining us, you 11 viewers. We love you, especially the one up there in Alaska. Alaska tuning in for tonight's game. That's awesome. Hope you're warm up there in Alaska tonight. Okay, we got Saber, Sass, Britton. Guys back, nice little idea there, but they couldn't ship it home. A couple of players are getting pinned over there. There's a pile of bodies over there. Lacrosse players are giving some love and attention, some coaching and some support from the bench there. Saber's giving chase, misses the pass. Tee up, looks like it went off the stick of Vaughn, goes up into the net. We're going to get some fresh legs out there. Here comes Heskett Lent. We got Black. We got Bradley, and Time's going to come for a break. Okay, 4 minutes, 20 seconds. That puck drop goes Cheyenne Mountain's way, but it leaks across the blue line, so they got to clear the zone. They're chipping it around, good puck movement. Nice little play there. Went right through the glove of Vaughn, and it progressed over to the corner. Here comes Bradley, who's trying to shovel it around. He gets it. Lentz there. He's looking for a centering pass. Chips around. It's going to go back to Helen. Shoveling it back down to the corner. Goes behind the keeper. Nobody there to pick it back up. Here comes the puck the other way. Heskett shut that down for a moment. 19's breaking. Through a breaking player, very close call, but the breaking Cheyenne Mountain player couldn't get a shot off. Black shoves that ahead to Lent, who's going to work it up on a solo effort, and he pays the price there against the boards. But a nice little play to shovel it ahead. Moore comes off the bench. We're probably going to see an empty net situation here. Bailey picks it up. Nice shot off of the face mask of the keeper to keep it out. But that was a good little connection there. He shoveled it ahead, and there was a screen right in front of the keeper. So the keeper, he was lucky to pick that up. Here comes Bantow. He's looking for an outlet pass. Point Moore's calling for it. Nice little shovel it ahead. The keeper was able to keep that out of the back of the net. We're getting a couple of good shots here in the third period late. There's time he's going to shovel that ahead to the keeper. He's going to shut it down. Got 3 shots on that shift. That was a good shift right there. Okay, we got Britt and Saber, Sass. Who else we got? We got Bradley. Fresh legs all around. Moore's going to stay out there though. Let's see if we can put another point on the board. That's going to go over to Saber, who's going to try to shove it ahead to Britton. Couldn't do it. He gets tripped up. No call. Britton up ends for the Cheyenne Mountain players. I saw skates above his head on that one. Saber's going to give chase. He could provide some more speed there. Go ahead, get up there and harass him. Breaking player here. We're going to watch the net over there on the Cheyenne Mountain squad. Couldn't get it. That was a good shot. Vaughn kept it out of the net again. Bradley works that around to Sass. Bad bounce. Unfortunately, that was a weird bounce off the boards there. Saber's going to go up and give chase. We're still watching the player, the keeper from Cheyenne Mountain. He's looking towards the bench there, wondering if he's going to get replaced any second now. I'm sure. We're sub 2 minutes. So we might get an extra skater on Cheyenne Mountain squad. Still watching him. Still watching. Bradley gets upended and he says that's not okay, and he gives some feedback to the other player. Coming the other end, Saber's going to come over the wall. He's grimacing in pain. Something happened to him. Didn't see it. I was looking at the goal. We got 1 minute 20 seconds left on the clock. Still watching that keeper, chipping it around. Black's going to shovel that ahead to himself. Here comes Cheyenne Mountain. They're going to get a shot off. That goes right off of the skate of Vaughn. Nice little defensive play there to keep it out of the... Javon, he's had a powerful game. Still watching that player. We're going to get some fresh legs out there. We're less than 1 minute. 1 minute on the clock. Working it around. Couldn't get a shot off. We got our top line out there. It's going to work it ahead to Sass. They're still in there. Keeper hadn't come off yet. Poke check. That's going to go over the line. It's going to spill some more time off the clock. Sass is trying to get control. Here comes the keeper. We got an empty net situation. 30 seconds left on the clock. Long shot. That's going to go for icing, but good idea. Just 30 seconds on the clock. 30 seconds left. They're going to put an extra offensive player out there, so they're going to have 6 skaters to our 5, plus 1 in the net. So let's see what we can do. No timeout called. The puck is dropped. It's back out there, and that goes up into the net, so we're going to get another face-off. But 5 seconds leaked off the clock. Players are getting together. Sass is going to take the puck drop. This is going to happen quick. Zebra's getting them in line. just a little bit more. He drops the puck finally. That goes around to Black, who shovels it ahead. Can't get it out of the zone. Again, they got another skater out there. Bradley's giving chase. Centering pass didn't connect. That's going to barely stay in the zone. Still bouncing around out there. Sass wanted the closed shot. Sabres going to fan on that shot. No call on the interference, which was clearly there. And the score, I was not watching the clock. Bradley goes and gives some flavor to the players over there, but the time leaked off the clock, and this score is going to go into the record books, 2-1, an LP victory. I was watching the action down there on the ice. Sabres was protesting his interference, but at least he got it out of the zone. And this is going to finish with a win for LP. 2-1 is your final score. This is the first loss of the season for the Cheyenne Mountain Hawk squad. And this was a spirited game. Very evenly handed. I think we could have used a little bit more offensive flavor. And but all told, that was a well played game. Vaughn, he's going to get some love in the locker room because he played an outstanding game. Again, I want to call out the Sebastian Sass. He's our spotlight player of the game tonight. Good job, Sass. Way to lead the team. All right. Here comes Vaughn. He's coming over to the bench, and good job, Vaughn, with the silver mask. He's all chromed up tonight. Keepers coming together, saying hello. They probably know each other, and that was really good stuff. I enjoyed that game, and I hope you did too. Thanks again for joining us tonight, everybody. It's good to have you. And we're going to have another game tomorrow night. I have no idea when, but check with your families, check with whomever. Find out when we're going to go live, and you can join us again. It would be great to have you then too. All right, we're going to sign off here, and really appreciate you coming and joining us for Friday Night Lights. This was fun. All right, see you tomorrow night.